what's going on this beautiful Saturday? Listen, you know Miss Jaguar for her beautiful, timeless voice. You know her from the Coca Cola commercial, okay, from the early 2000s. You may even know her um, on that. I mean, this is like one of my favorite MTV Unplugged, and I like a lot of them, okay? But my favorite one with Jay-Z Unplugged, and it was the live Roots band. I was blessed to see the Roots in concert in San Francisco in 1998. I think it was at Maritime where you stand. There was no seating. Um, and so I could only imagine the Roots band doing all of Jay-Z's, not all of it, but some of his catalog of music, from the Blueprint to Reasonable Doubt, and then using live instruments to do it. And I love watching it. Wish I could have been there because I've been blessed, like I said, I've been blessed to see them and Common in person. Um, and that is one of my favorite concerts of all time because there's this energy shift that's when you go to a Roots concert. I don't know how they are now, but in the late 90s, and when they were the beginning of their career, and go to a concert where there's nothing problematic. Everybody is feeling the love. They're swaying back and forth, holding hands. Just absolutely amazing. And the music is just, oh, it's like just hearing the percussions, and then hearing, Black Thought, you know, doing his bars and just Quest on the drums. It was just, and I think mostly the originals were there. Even the brother that used to have it's like, oh my God, those root sticks that you put in your mouth for chewing. The brother that used to be on the bass. I can't think of his name, but he was there. So, anyways, I, going back to Jaguar, this woman who can sing like sang, as the old folks would say, SANG. Okay, I never have been blessed to see her in person, but seeing her on MTV Unplugged with Jay Z, singing the hook on "There's No Love in the Heart of the City." I can't sing, but um, and to see their chemistry on stage, oh my God, incredible. When you hear her catalog, you want her, you're like, wait a minute, how could she not have gone far in this industry? Well, as we're finding out, there is so much corruption in the music industry that forces people out, forces people to run from the hills. Um, they don't appreciate artists. They don't pay them what they're worth. They do deviant things to them, as we're finding out, allegedly. But there are some spectators on the sidelines during this Diddy trial that would say, well, um, Jaguar Wright, allegedly, if you look at some of her past videos with YouTubers speaking out, and she was the Harriet Tubman. That's what was kind of like, I'm just using that as an analogy. Bear with me as I say this. Harriet Tubman, you know, rescued the slaves to the Underground Railroad, right? Well, for a minute there, Jaguar Wright apparently was that person helping the women that were at the freak offs. She was walking them out. That's what she was saying verbally. And I'll say alleged. So people on TikTok are talking about this because they're like, wait a minute. We have watched a 7-week court case and there's no word of Jaguar Wright helping these women escape the freak offs. The only woman in the room was Cassandra Cassie in the room, not a bunch of women trying to escape. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but that's what people are saying. They're saying, what happened to the story of Jaguar Wright being at these parties of Diddy's and helping these women escape torture and so I'm sorry. People are being just listen. I'm not going to say all that what Jaguar Wright has said about the industry is wrong. You know, you may can talk about her delivery as kind of, not traditional. It seems like she, may sound a lot of off to people, a little crazy. That's her personality. She's very passionate. And I think some of the stuff that she says is truthful. I really do. I believe that she was probably near some stuff that happened to her. Now, as far as um being where Diddy is, well, there's no evidence and it was only Cassie in the room. And also Jag wasn't really near the courthouse. I didn't really hear her doing a lot of commentary. It's like she was ghost. Like she disappeared. I'm not gonna hold you. She's looked like she disappeared. There is a video. I think I haven't seen it, and I could be wrong. She may have spoke about the judge's verdict. With Diddy only being guilty of 2 charges and all the rest of them, he got not guilty. But I just, people are like, okay, you were never at the scene. So, what do you think about this? And who did she save? Because she didn't walk Cassie out. Who did she save? That's a good question. She has done videos on Jay-Z, on, you know, Diddy and Common and, others. And I think she revealed maybe last year, that she may have been essayed by Jay-Z allegedly. I'm going to say alleged on that, Um, the way that she'd be so angry about, these men, it you kind of believe that maybe she was there. It's like it sounds like she was there. But to find out at this particular, these parties, she wasn't escorting them. Mental illness is real, and I'm not a doctor. Um, I'm praying for Jaguar if this is a mental thing. I'm praying for healing. But again, I love this woman's music. I love her. I do believe that She has been advocating for those that were wronged in the industry. I believe that she does, and she has helped. Some of her story is not all wrong. The only one now in question is the Diddy stories. But I think you can find the truth in what she's saying. That's what I'm going to say. Some aspects of it. I can't, go on a rant about she's a liar. She says, I don't think she's a liar. But maybe walking the girls out to safety at the Diddy party, it's looking like she wasn't there at that particular rescue. What do you think? What do you think, catchers? Subscribe, comment. Um, you know, like I said, I was on TikTok minding my business. I was like, you know what? Let me ask my catchers about this. And if you are a follower of Jag or have seen some of her videos and she made it seem like she was there walking them out. What do you think about her not being there? And why would she say that she was there? Like I said, maybe um, just the trauma of hearing about Cassie maybe brought memories of her in the industry, but it was with a different person. Maybe she got it mixed up. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, you guys, thank you for supporting me. Happy Saturday. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Love you guys. Bye.